Nice focus on breath. So as you come into your space, let's spread out through our toes, relax and release through your feet and your ankles. Pick up a bend through your knees, and you want to maintain that bend throughout. It's about an inch or two in there. Nothing more, but also nothing less. You want to be able to really soften through the knees throughout every movement. We're going to bring our hips round into that neutral positioning, tucking the hips right under. So the tailbone comes closer to the ground. You're going to lift all the way around. Now here, I want you just to lightly engage through your low abs. And then imagine bringing the belly button just up and back slightly. So up and back towards your spine, just ever so slightly. It's not a huge contraction, but I just want you to get used to activating through there. See how it feels as you dance. And then through the rib cage, let's extend through the rib cage about an inch or two in there, just enough to give us that chest open posture to allow that flow of energy through heart space. Let's bring shoulders forwards, bring them all the way up to your ears. And as you start to bring the shoulders back, slide the shoulder blades together and allow them to slide down your back. And with that, we can bring the chin back to allow alignment through the full length of spine, crown of the head to the sky, tailbone sinks deeper to the ground. And now let's just take a moment to really focus on our breath. The breath, of course, such a vital element to everything that we do. And in dance, that is no different. So as you breathe in, know that you're fueling each of the muscles before you use them. And as you breathe out, you're allowing your body to release anything that no longer serves it any purpose. Any stale, stagnant energy is free to leave, making more room for fresh oxygen. Here, let's now look at how we're breathing as we dance. And so, all too often, beginners to all forms of dance, but particularly belly dance, because it does involve so many different elements of using your body and your coordination. There's lots of focusing on lots of different levels all at the same time. Certainly as you progress through the art form and start to become more proficient and work with more complex movement patterns. And so what you'll often find when people start out on this dance journey is there'll be chest breathing right up here, and it's very shallow, and it's I find myself doing a belly flutter there. I can't fully chest breathe now, it's just built in, it comes natural. After you've practiced full body breathing, it's with you then when you form those good habits, but every now and then coming back to the refresher to make sure you're doing it right is beneficial. So we're going to breathe in. I want you to breathe in still in that basic stance, because that's what allows the movement to flow, the breath to flow. So we're going to expand through belly and then expand through your rib cage. You'll notice your collarbones automatically rise slightly, and then suspending the breath for any length of time you like, and then releasing. Allow the collarbones to return, the chest returns, and the belly returns. And as the belly returns, again, you bring your focus just now towards the activation I mentioned of low abs, and that was my ankle, towards low abs and the belly button up and back. Let's try another one of those really deep breaths. So you ready? Here we go. So we're going to take a deep, nourishing breath in. Expand the belly, rib cage, collarbones lift. And as we breathe out, returning and returning with that engagement through those muscles. Now I want you just to give some mindfulness towards the breath throughout this session, and indeed in all the sessions to follow, it'll serve you really well. It means that you can dance for longer without fatiguing. It means that the dance is going to look more elegant, and you're going to get even more benefits from your movement. Next thing we're going to do is start to bring in an element of a slide of the hip. So you're going to bring your hip out towards one side as you shift your weight across to one side. Continue to bend through the knee. Bring it through center, now towards the other side. Really begin to bend through your knee. So you're aiming to have this lengthening effect through your waist. And the hips are going to stay parallel with the floor. Let's slide out to the side. You can bring your hands out to the side. Good, well done, that looks lovely. And in its most basic form, this dance can be really very therapeutic. I said really, I merged the two words together. It's also something you get good at doing when you're a belly dancer. It's something that comes natural to me anyway when I dance. Let's make that a little bit faster. So one of the things that at this level, just working with the absolute basics of breath and alignment, perhaps one most basic movement, is the art form can be really meditative. It can be deeply relaxing. It can become your own spiritual practice where you can come back to your center, find yourself once more, or for the first time even. Let's bring the hips into center here. Now I want to just have a little bit of mention towards our connection with the ground. And if you joined me in the last class, we had a little look at this in belly jam and belly stretch this week. We're gonna bring an element of grounding. So we're gonna come down from busy mind, down from all of this up here, heady thoughts, intellectualizing everything, trying to puzzle it out. And we're going to come back to being. So we're lifting up here the heels and lowering them back down. And with that, I want you to really focus on your enjoyment of each time that you reconnect with the ground, each time you feel that downwards pull. Enjoy that sensation of liberating wobble through your own body. Feel your own body's momentum. So much of dance, when you think about it, the biomechanics of it, so much is your momentum, your propulsion through space. Let's now pick up this gentle wobble through the knees. So a gentle bend and an extension through the knees. So you can practice this at the same time as practicing that gorgeous breathing technique. And even if you only did this for a minute a day, I could guarantee that you'll feel different in your body and in your mind. Let's bring it into center here. You can make that a little bit faster. Now really enjoy that sensation as your shoulders release, as your arms release. Perhaps you're experiencing that sensation of shimmy throughout your body. Perhaps you're experiencing that for the first time ever, or the first time in a long time, or a couple of weeks, or perhaps the first time since yesterday. Here's a little thing to try out, if you feel it. In the morning when you wake up, The moment you get out of bed, regardless of how you feel, before you check your phone, before you do anything else, get up out of bed and give this a little shot. It'll set you up for your entire day. Feeling grounded, centered, balanced, restored. And then, for added bonus effect, for bonus points in my book, follow that with 3 star jumps. I know that Isla has enjoyed doing that, and she could vouch that it's incredible, actually. Well, I don't know if you did the shimmy at the beginning, but I know you did the 3 star jumps, and it was like, whoa! And Jim thought you were nuts. But he knew that already, didn't he? Whee! But it's something I really, really believe in. It's something I enjoy to do. All right, so here with that slide, let's now take the hip back. Keep the hip level, engage through pelvic floor. Use the low abs. Use the belly button coming up and back as you bring the hip back. Bring it out to the side. Bend through that knee. Lengthen through the waist. Keep that hip line level. Come all the way round towards the front. And as you come forwards, you could squeeze a little bit through your glutes. What that'll do is prevent you using your back and crunching the back muscles in a hyperextension. It'll ensure that that is picked up here. Then we're gonna come here, being of course your glutes. We're gonna come out to the side. Bring it back. Yes. Out to the side. Bring it forwards, use your glutes. Out to the side. Lengthening as you bring it back. Tuck through tummy just that little bit. That's going to protect your back as well. Bring it out to the side. And into center. Here we go. Let's try a little bit faster. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you should in this movement feel your weight gradually come out towards each side of your foot. So you're tracing your way around the outer edges of your feet. Let's try that circle the other direction if you're ready. Let's bring the hip out to the side, bring it forwards, to the side, bring it back, side, bring it forwards, to the side, bring it back, side, forwards, side, bring it back, side, forwards, side, bring it back. Wow. Bring it to a regular slide of the hip here. Nice. Bring your hands down by your side. You could frame that slide of the hips with the hands. It's really delicate. Can something be delicate and strong at the same time? Can you think of something in nature that can be both delicate and strong at the same time? Bring your arms down, bring your hips into center. Help yourself to some hydration if you would like some. And then we're going to move on and just look at really basic positioning of your arms and perhaps how we can add another element to that to make it even more beautiful. So after you had your little spot of hydration, coming back to join me in center. So there's lots and lots of basic hand and arm movements within the art form of belly dance. There are particular regional nuance. So Egypt has preferred arm positionings or arm patterns. Lebanon has different ones. Greece has belly dancing as well. And they have particular styling that they like. Turkey. So let's just have a look at one just now, which is, let's say, generic to all styles of belly dance, and it happens to be something that is really a go-to if you're drilling movements, practicing movements, or if you're dancing on a stage for an audience. And that would be a position that we just did a moment ago, although you might not have consciously done it. So what I'm going to do is turn towards the mirror here. I'm going to talk to you in the mirror there just whilst we do this. So what I want you to do is cross your arms in front first of all. I just love to go into this movement this way. It feels really even more beautiful. It makes me think of a swan unfolding its wings. So you're going to bring your hands crossed in front of you, and you're going to come all the way outwards, and then you're going to raise your hands up towards the side. And as you raise your arms out towards the side, you're going to bring your shoulders into that neutral positioning. Bring the shoulder blades round, slide them down your back. So let's do that again. I'll do it facing forward. So we're here, and you're going to unfold. You're going to raise your hands up. You're going to pass through parallel with the shoulder. You're going to come slightly closer up towards your ears, and then as you adjust your shoulder positioning, you're going to bring your hands back down again. So it kind of comes up like this and back down into its final resting pose. And so this is the actual positioning. If you were to look at this in a textbook or in Egyptian hieroglyphics, how much fun! You would see it in this straight line, but this is the movement pattern that I definitely love to explore, to travel into that. So that would be an arm position rather than just an arm pattern, sorry, rather than just an arm position. So we're going to cross and we're going to come out to the side like this, and then you're going to adjust your shoulders. And when we adjust the shoulders, you're coming up like this, and then you're going to roll your shoulder back. So it's coming from here to here. Yeah, so if we bring the hands out to the side, just bring your hands out to the side like you maybe do in a yoga pose or similar. You're going to bring the shoulders forwards and up, back and down, just like we did in that warm-up position a moment ago in your basic stance. You're going to bring the shoulder all the way round and down. Same time as that, shoulder blades come round your back and they slide down your back. By sliding them down your back, it opens up this beautiful posture. It means you can have this elevated open stance, so graceful, it's so beautiful. But also it ensures that you're not hyperextending and contracting and squeezing through the muscles of your shoulders and your upper trapezius. So you know that kite-shaped set of muscles that starts in at the base of your skull, comes all the way out to your shoulder, and then it starts to work its way down your back here. So we want to really lengthen out there, nice long, lean, elegant neck, nice open chest. And so rolling the shoulders round and down enables you to do that. So at the same time as doing that, what's happening with the rest of your arm? Well, with the rest of your arm, we have a little bit of automatic continuation of that movement. So as you roll your shoulder round, you'll find that the elbow wants to come up towards the sky ever so slightly, and then it wants to come down towards the ground ever so slightly. And with that then comes this flow of energy all the way out, which kind of takes us into another movement pattern for arms, which would be something like snaky arms or Egyptian arms, which would be all in here. We're going to look at this another time, but for now I want you just to be aware of that as like a flow of energy that travels all the way down. Flow of energy that travels all the way down. So now when we come here, have a little try of this. We're going to lift upwards and you're going to come past level, and then you're going to roll the shoulders and your hands are going to want to come back down into that neutral positioning. Now the last thing you're going to do in this movement, you don't want to have your elbows facing down towards the ground, because what you'll automatically find happens is your body wants to cheat. Your body wants to say, well, I think this is sort of what she wants me to do. Your body's really amazing at conserving energy. It doesn't necessarily lead to the most graceful of movements, however. So if we finished here with the elbows facing down towards the ground, If you then carried on and were dancing down here, your attention, initially as a dancer, your attention, your focus is going to go down here, and you're going to find the elbows start to sag and drop, and before you know it, it looks a little bit like a sort of limp baby seagull. What noise do seagulls make? Not sure. Type it in the comments if you know. And so what we want to do is have that elegant swan wing rather than baby seagull. Baby seagulls can be really cute, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm for all of nature. But for now, that's what we want to create, is that really elegant, majestic feel of the swan. So the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to just bring your elbow back towards the back wall. So you're going to cross, bring the shoulders round, lift up, bring the elbows back. And alongside of that, a hand positioning that we're going to have is if you bring your hands out in front, and then what I want you to do is just drop through your middle finger slightly. So you're creating this V shape in here. Let me just show you this as a close-up on cam, just so you know what we're doing. Give me 1 second. So we're here. You've got both hands out in front like this. You're going to drop down through one finger and then allow the others to follow ever so slightly. So you create this V shape so that when you bring it out to the side, it looks like so. So we're here. Yep. Where am I? Here. Drop through that middle finger, lift through the others, and then you can soften through there. Yes! Wow. Beautiful. Now you can choose to either have the thumb attached onto the side of the hand there, not rigid, but just out of the way, keeping cleaner lines, much cleaner lines. Or if you want to, you can add the thumb for an extra flair. I'll let you decide what you want to work with. Let me just pop this over here. Hopefully we can focus over there. Amazing, that is looking really lovely, well done. So just to round up then, let's bring that into movement together in combination. We worked with that gorgeous hip slide. We're in that basic stance. Engage a little bit through your low abs. Belly button comes up and back. If you've been following along with the abs challenge, woohoo, we're halfway through. If not, you can join us at any time. Just drop your comment, let us know that you're doing it, how you're finding it. We'll hold you accountable, and we're all supporting each other in the comments there. But if you have been doing that, you're already going to be feeling much stronger in here, and you're so much more able to identify what's low abs, mid abs, upper abs. So when I say to you, contract low abs, you're like, boom, got it. If you're not there just yet, it's coming. I can feel it, I can feel it. We're this close. Lift your ribcage, shoulders round and down. Chin, crown of the head, tailbone, deep breath in. One of those really gorgeous breaths. Let your breath be part of the dance. Let your breath be movement and expression. Let's come into one of those circles of the hip. Bring it out to the side, bring it back. Out to this side, bring it forwards. Whee! You can make that a little bit faster if you feel to. Here we go. Wow. Wow, that It's gorgeous. It is so nice to be back. We had a couple of weeks just to reset, a little break, just enough time to actually miss what we're doing so that we're back, like, woo, let's go. Take it around the other way. And also, of course, so I could prep lots of amazing content for you. All right, let's try the arms. We're going to cross. You're going to lift past neutral of the shoulder, lower down, and then back into, that's amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. Sorry, that's not very graceful. Don't you just love it when you have so many facets to your personality and you can share them with your friends? All of them. Every facet of you is welcome here. We're gonna cross, bring it all the way up and out. Wow, let's try again. So as you come down this time, think about how you're coming down into the movement. Let it all flow. You're gonna cross and come back out. I find myself doing a little bit of a plie as I do that, just in practice. Let me show you from behind there. Here we go. Roll the shoulder and then adjust the elbow, and then considering your finger positioning all the way through. All right, just before we finish up for this session, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun with the basic shimmy, and next time we're going to go into more detail. The basic shimmy. We're going to reach in and pull out your best shimmies. How does that sound? I'm going to give you lots of hints and tips on how you can do that in the next session. So coming into basic stance, always face this way. That way's north. I'm going to be a rebel and face this way. We're going to drop, drop, drop. We're such creatures of habit, aren't we? But change can be really healthy. Change can be really good for us, and it can actually be very empowering if you're in the right frame of mind within your own ecology, if you're centered, if you're grounded. Speaking of which, here we go, let's take it up a notch. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of the huge benefits of shimmies are their grounding properties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to break down the technique even more than we have done before. I love a little bit of a rhyme. Whee! Well done. We're also going to have fun with this one. Bring it back to center. Let's do a full body shimmy this time. So you can do the hands whilst you do this. Whee! Slide. Circle. Reverse. If that's tricky reversing, you could stay with the same direction. Here we go. Other way. If you've been dancing with me a while and you want to, you turn your whole body the same direction as that circle. And then you could pat your head and rub your tummy. Woo! I'm laughing about that, but it's actually amazing training for belly dance. Whee! Many moons ago, I actually conducted one of the world's first studies into the benefits of belly dance for motor skill improvement. And one of the tests that we did was actually the pat your head and rub your tummy test. And lots of other tests. And I'll tell you what, every single participant increased in their fitness, in their physical bodily awareness, in their motor skills, and so much more. It's amazing. It's amazing. Wow, I'll tell you more about that some other time, shall I? Let's have a lovely stretch down. Oh, that was so nice, wasn't it? Wow. Help yourself to some hydration. I'm going to just turn this down slightly. And coming into center, let's bring the hip out to one side as we did in the slide. And the slide can also become a lovely stretch for us. So with this as your supporting leg, and the other one, you're going to bend and release your hip to the ground. Here, we're going to lengthen out with the side bend. Keep the chest open and bright. You're going to feel this really release external obliques. And deep breath in, one of those gorgeous breaths that we did. And as you breathe out in your own time, gently return back to center. I've been laughing so much there, I'm almost crying. Bring your hip out to the side. Bend through the knee. Hiccups now. And then we're gonna come all the way across. Lean in. Lean in. Oh. Amazing. Come back into center. And the more that you do all of these movements, the more that you can do these movements, because they actually are stretches in their own right. They're dynamic stretches, lots of the movements that we do, like your hip slides, your circles. Here we're going to bring that heel up towards the glute. Really, really important in this movement here to get the benefit out of it. Whoa. We're going to tuck our hips in neutral. Push them forwards and bring that foot closer towards you. Now, like we did with your hip circle, if you contract through your glutes, that's going to protect your back. And it's going to ensure that you're not hyperextending through your back like this, but that the stretch can be really felt. You turned on the power to that stretch. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, let's release down. And then, my darling, let's do that on the other side. Bring it out all the way around to the back. Lift up, grip on, knees into alignment. Tuck the hips under. Use a little bit of that contraction of pelvic floor. Belly button coming up and back. Feel it already? Do you feel the difference there? Good. Let's bring the hip forwards. Bring that heel back towards the glute some more. Really lengthening it through thigh and hip flexor there. So I always love to add a little bit of body conditioning at the end of our session. So we're not just stretching here for the movement that we did, we're also stretching so that you can do more of these movements at a deeper level. It's progressive. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, coming into center, your hands up towards the sky. Oh, my wire, my cable, up towards the sky and open out towards the sun. Place your hands on your hips in power stance. Thank you for joining me. Wow. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you can be informed of when the next video goes up. If you'd like to support the creation of these videos, remember you can head along to patreon.com/Little Egypt Studio, where you'll find a community of other enjoyers of these videos. See you soon. Bye.